Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you are welcome. My name is Anita Fon, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorial on my channel. If you're old member, you are welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how to draft a three-piece corset pattern step by step. So if you want to know how I'll be going about it, keep on watching. First thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and draw my guideline, which is as well my shoulder line. I will take my shoulder measurement and divide it by 2. Mine is 14. 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. I'm going to slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slant. I will move now to my armhole deep, which is 7.5. Then this 7 inch I use for my shoulder here, I'm going to mark it up here. After marking it up, I'm going to go ahead to connect it up. I'll go ahead now, put in my neck deep and my neck width of 3 by 3 inch for now. Then I will connect that up like this. After connecting that up, next thing I'm going to do is to measure up whatever I have here and divide that by 2, which is 7.5 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.075. I'm going to go in by ½ inch. Then I'll come here, I'll put round my bust, which is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch. I'll mark that up and I'll connect these 3 points up. After connecting that up, I'm going to go ahead to take from my shoulder to my bust point, which is 10 inch, from my shoulder to my under bust, which is 14 inch, and from my shoulder to the length of this top, which I'm going to go with 19 inch. I'll mark and connect that up. Next thing I'll do is to take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Mine is 8 inch. 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. I will mark and connect that up. The next thing we need to do now is to go ahead and make our radio. You can measure up whatever you have from your under bust and connect it all the way round. But I'm going to be using a compound for this. I'll just place it up at the center and I'm going to make 1 0 there. Then I'm just going to go ahead and connect that line up. After doing so, I will come here at the shoulder. I will measure up whatever I have and divide that by 2, which is 4 inch. 4 divided by 2 is going to give me 2 inch. I'll go ahead to connect that up. Now, this line here, we're not going to be using it. That is why I'm cancelling it. I will come here at my under bust. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go up by ½ inch. You know, when we make a corset, you put it on. You don't need to put on a bra, so you have to go up by ½ inch. Then I'll just draw my new under bust line. Next thing I'm going to do now is I'll have to take my compound and reconnect it from that new line. After connecting that up, what I did was to go ahead and raise up the first 0. So we're going to be working with the second 0. Next thing I'll do is to create my dart of ½ inch both sides, which is going to give me 1 inch. I'm going to do the same thing here. Connect that up. I'll do the same thing to this other side as well. I will connect this part up to my dart line. So you can see this is what I have. I'm going to use my armhole curve ruler. Next thing I'm going to do is I will come back again. I'll be creating again another dart of 0.25. 0.25. Remember, 0.25. First of all, I went out by ½ inch and I'm going out now by 0.25. Altogether is going to give me 3/4 inch. Both sides is 1.5 inch. Connect that part up. When I'm done doing so, I'm going to go ahead now, connect it all the way to my bust point line. From our bust point line, I'm going to go up by 3/4 inch. You can go up by 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, is up to you. I will go in by 1/2 inch. After doing so, I will connect it up like this, and I'm also going to connect this line up like so, straight. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go ahead to raise this up, and then from this line I'm going to go in. Look at how I'm placing up my tape. I'll go in by 1.5. After going in by 1.5, I'm going to connect that up like this, like so. And when I get to that 1.5, I'm going to look at the way I'm placing up my curve ruler. Then I will reconnect it up with my bow marker. Next thing I'm going to do is to measure up whatever I have here, which is 3.5. I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch to it. Then I will connect that up. I will go up by 3/4 inch before connecting it up. Then I'm going to connect it with my French scarf like I did for the center front. After doing so, we're going to be working on the top part. Here from my chest line, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inch, but you can go up to 2 inch, depends on you. I'm going to go out by 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch. After doing so, I'll just go ahead, take up my curve ruler, and I'm going to connect it up like that. You can use your French scarf or your armhole curve ruler, anything you have, or even your freehand, is up to you. I'm going to connect that up like this, and I'll also do the same thing to this other side. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead now to connect this part up like that. And I'm going to connect to the center front as well. After connecting that up, I will come here to the side front. I'm going to go down by 2 inch. For the center front, I'll go down by 1.5 inch, and here the center I'm going to go down by 2.5. Then connect those 3 points together like this. I'm going to do the same thing here. When I'm done connecting that up, I'm just going to go ahead to blend everything up, just like so, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'll be open this up for us to be able to close this dart up here. Then after open that up, I'm going to go ahead and fold it inward like this, and I'm going to pin. You can use your solo tape or anything you have. Or pin that up like this. When you actually bring them up together, you notice that one side is actually a little bit shorter than that's the center front is shorter than the side front. You see what I mean here? So I'm just going to reconnect those points up like this. Okay, just bring them up, blend it up for it to meet each other, then you pin that up. See, you pin that up. Okay, then I reconnect it up like that. Use my French scarf to blend everything up. Then after doing so, I'm going to go back now and remove up my pin. I'll put 1/4 of my waist. Around my waist is 27 divided by 4 is going to give me 6.075. I'm going to mark that up. I'll replace back the dart allowance. I'll come to my underbust. I'll put 1/4 of my underbust. Round my underbust is 29. 29 divided by 4 is going to give me 7.025. I'm going to replace back the dart allowance. Then I'll come here to my chest line. I'll put 1/4 of my bust. Round my bust is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. I'll mark that up and I'm going to replace back that dart allowance, which is 1.5. Then I'll go ahead now to connect this up, and take note that I've not added any sewing allowance to it. When I'm cutting this on my fabric, I'll go ahead to add up my sewing allowance. I'm going to go ahead now, cut that up. I'll have to close this down before cutting up this top cup, okay? Level them up. Is very, very important for you to level up your pieces, so you should know which one goes to the other. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to draft up the back. The back is very, very easy. You just go ahead and take up the side front, mark that up, then I will connect those lines up. Then I'll take my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inch, which is 8 inch. 8 divided by 2 going to give me 4. I'll put 1/4 of my waist, and here I'll put 1/4 of my bust. You connect that up. The next thing you're going to do, if you're going to be using a zipper for this, you're going to be adding up your zipper allowance. First thing, I want my back to be a little bit blend. I'll go down by 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to connect it all the way to this part like this. Then I'll come here. Next thing I will do is to go ahead to mark my that 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch both sides, because that is what I added for my dart. Then I'll connect that up like that, and I'm going to do the same thing here. After doing so, I'm just going to level them up, number 3 and number 4. Now, if you're going to be adding up a zipper, you have to add your 1 inch for the zipper allowance. That's 1 inch I added for the zipper allowance. And then now you go ahead now to measure up whatever you have, and you divide that by 2. Okay, mine is 9.025. I'm going to fold up my measuring tape like this, and I will get the center. After getting the center, I'll mark that up. I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to just connect this up like so. And remember, the reason we're making this is to avoid any bulges from a zipper, okay? That part we're going to be cutting that up. Now, if you're going to be using loops, what you're supposed to do is we'll not be needing any zipper allowance. You just come here like this, and you minus 1 inch from there and mark 1 inch. Altogether, it will be 2 inch. 1 inch from this side and 1 inch from this other side is going to be 2 inch. 2 inch is enough for the distance, okay? Then I'll go ahead now to cut that up, and we'll be done with this pattern. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. I hope to see you on my next DIY. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.